Good morning, and thank you for joining us for St. Louis University's 2023 New Student Convocation and Family Welcome. I ask you to please silence all cell phones. Students and families, the bearer of the University Mace, Dr. Mike Lewis, Provost of St. Louis University. We now present the academic deans, the Student Government Association President, the President's University Leadership Council, and members of the Board of Trustees. Stage party, you may be seated. We now present the President of St. Louis University, Dr. Fred Pistello. The faculty of the schools and colleges of St. Louis University will be escorted by the university marshals. Please welcome the endowed chairs and professors and faculty of St. Louis University. To welcome everyone today, it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mike Lewis, the Provost of St. Louis University. As our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Lewis oversees not only our educational enterprise, but also numerous areas that support students outside the classroom. Under his leadership, the university has adopted an ambitious academic strategic plan, a collaborative roadmap that will guide SLU's scholarly work for the next 5 years. Dr. Lewis?
Good morning, new Billikens. Welcome to St. Louis University. It's wonderful to look out at this crowd. I love this time of year. I love the end point of the journey you're on to. I love the graduation time of year and the celebration of all the students have been through at that time of year, the recognition of the work they've done, the celebrations of their achievements. But this time of year, I love this time of year. I love this ceremony. The ceremony is filled with hope, the hope that you all have in front of you, the hope for opportunity, transformation of you, so that you can go out forth and transform the world with the education that you're going to learn here. So I'm so excited that you're joining St. Louis University to pursue your education and your dreams. Let me start by saying St. Louis University is first and foremost a university grounded in academic rigor. You will be challenged here. You'll be supported here, but you will be challenged here. You excelled at your high schools, and you're surrounded by others as talented and as driven as you. Here at SLU, we have world-class faculty, experts in their fields, and they will hold you to the very highest of standards. One of the great opportunities you will encounter here at SLU is the ability to engage with your faculty in their research and in their scholarship. You will learn not only the critical elements of the disciplines you study, but you will also learn to be creative within those areas. The goal is not merely the acquisition of knowledge. Our hope is that you are at the beginning of your career at SLU, and this is the first step towards the generation of knowledge. Our faculty think deeply, educate toward this end. And one of those faculty members is our MC for today's ceremony, Dr. Crystal Botkin, and I am pleased to introduce her now. Professor Botkin is the interim chair of the Department of Clinical Health Sciences and director of the Nuclear Medicine Technology Program in our Doisy College of Health Sciences. An award-winning and student-focused educator, Dr. Botkin has been a distinguished member of our faculty for more than 17 years. She's also a 3-time graduate of St. Louis University, so she's a Billiken through and through. Dr. Botkin.
Again, good morning. We're delighted for you to be here for the 2023 New Student Convocation and Family Welcome. It's on this auspicious occasion we especially welcome our new first-year students, our new transfer students, our new international students, your families, and friends. The students of St. Louis University represent many countries. When you graduate, you will share the mission of the university with the world. You will become flag bearers for this university. Today, we honor the countries represented by our new students by displaying the flags of their home nations. St. Louis University begins each academic year with a convocation ceremony as a celebration of new beginnings. At St. Louis University, you are called to the life of scholarship, community, service, and transformation. This is a start of your journey to create knowledge, pursue justice, demonstrate leadership. This is a time for new academic pursuits, new friendships, new challenges, and new opportunities to grow in and with the community. At St. Louis University, it is also our tradition to begin important events with an invocation. As you are able, I invite you to rise as Father David Paternostro of the Society of Jesus, a doctoral student and adjunct professor of philosophy at SLU, lead us in prayer. Father Paternosto.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Almighty and eternal God, in the beginning you made all things. In the beginning you declared all you had made to be good. In the beginning you gave order to the cosmos and gave each thing its purpose. As we gather today in the beginning of the academic year, at the beginning of our time here at St. Louis University, help us, O God, to keep you in mind in this beginning. Send down your Holy Spirit upon us, O God, the Spirit of wisdom which hovered over the chaos in the beginning. Give us your wisdom so that we might see how all things come from you, how all things can lead us back to you, how all people are your beloved children, worthy of our love and service. Send down the Holy Spirit to set our hearts on fire for the pursuit of truth, which helps us seek your greater glory. Help us to praise you in all fields of study, to reverence you in all our discoveries, and serve you in all that we do, that we may continually draw closer to you and give glory to you. Give all these things to us on this day, O God, that these beginnings might be brought to a good and holy end. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Next, we would like to invite one of our students, Marquise Govan, to share his insights with you. A junior studying social work and sociology, Marquise is the president of the Student Government Association. He's also a Martin Luther King Scholar and recently completed the prestigious National Newman Civic Fellowship. Beyond campus, Marquise serves as a community organizer in St. Louis, working for various officials and organizations that promote social justice. Please join me in welcoming Marquise.
Good morning. There we go. Hello, my name is Marquise Govan. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am proud to serve as your Student Government Association president. But today it is even a greater honor to be here to welcome you on behalf of the associated students of this institution and your orientation leaders to St. Louis University. And indeed, what a great occasion this is. You've made it through 4 years of high school and reached college where your senior status has been rapidly revoked and you have to start all over again. And now we've reached the unprompted part of the speech where I have to try to not embarrass myself or cause great anxiety to the administrators behind me. Luckily for you, I will be doing both. Just kidding. But this time is usually used as a point of reflection on one's own experiences, or to talk about what we specifically appreciate about St. Louis University. But I want to offer you some advice coded as challenges that I believe will be helpful into your integration into this space. Number one, I challenge you to be unapologetically yourself and to find your truth and your purpose. Or put simply, to know your who, your what, and your why. Know who you are, know why you get up every morning, and know what you seek to achieve. You see, this is a formative experience. You will experience many tempestuous moments. There'll be times where you're struggling with your academics, your social, your emotional life. But I believe if you hold true to your who, your what, and your why while you are here, you will be able to get through it. Now is the time to break the conformity that high school calls you to, and to understand your uniqueness within the context of community. I challenge you to ask the question, why? To be present and errant members of this community. To, yes, hunger for knowledge and to thirst for truth. For I believe to be curious about the world leads us to a greater understanding of it. You are in a profound place of inquiry. Ask questions of all, of your peers, of your faculty members, of the adjacent members of the communities around this university. And yes, ask questions within your academic environments. For questioning is how we grow, questioning is how we learn, and indeed, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I challenge you to live out our mission, to be a person for and with others, to understand what it means to walk with the marginalized, to have an undying commitment to justice, to serve those and truly serve those around you, to understand cura personalis and what it means for yourself, and to really engage in the Jesuit introspective practices like the examine, which call us to a point of critical self-reflection. To understand what it means to be at a Catholic Jesuit institution, because it's here we are called to set the world on fire. I challenge you to be active members of this community, to meet somebody new. I say this experience should be treated like kindergarten all over again. And you say, what do you mean by that? Well, for those of you who you're far past your time in kindergarten, and some of us more than others, I mean, you know how you have a little sibling who goes and finds somebody and they say, I love the color of your shirt. Let's be friends. And they live happily ever after. Or so we would like to think. Do that. I challenge you to participate in all this place has to offer. To be part of building beloved community. So go to that service project. Go join that club, go to that school event, and yes, go to that class. And I saw a lot of parents nodding on that one. Lastly, I challenge you to travel with love. Love of self, love of neighbor, and love of community. You have to have all three. Love of self because this will be a trying time. So give yourself grace. Love of neighbor because you never know what your fellow Billiken is going through, and we must extend ourselves to each other. And love of community because that is how we build the slough that we seek to see. I believe this is augmented by the prayer of St. Ignatius, which calls us to teach me to be generous, teach me to serve, to give and not count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to labor and not to ask for reward, to know that you are doing the will of your Creator. I challenge you to be a Billiken and to participate in the constant reimagination of what that means. I leave you with this, the words of Micah 6:8, unto which, if you follow them throughout your time here, I believe you can do no wrong. To act justly, to love mercy, and to humbly walk with your Creator. God bless you if you believe in them. And once again, welcome to St. Louis University.
Thank you, Marquise. We know one of the primary reasons that you, our new students, choose to attend St. Louis University is our outstanding reputation for providing an excellent education, grounded in Catholic Jesuit values. As you begin this transformative educational journey, you should know our large faculty and staff are here to support you. One of those outstanding faculty members is Dr. Molly Schaller, Associate Dean for the School of Education and a Professor of Higher Education Administration. Recognized for her commitment to student learning and development, Dr. Schaller has spent more than 30 years in Catholic higher education and began her career working in student affairs. Dr. Schaller.
Thank you so much for those kind words, and thank you to Marquise. Wow. I want the transcript of that so I can live it out. It is truly my pleasure to be here today. I am here because I love college. The college campus is the richest of environments, with diverse people, opportunities to expand and grow, with music and art, theater, great minds, and interesting cultures to explore. St. Louis University has all of those things. It's the reason why I am here. 40 years ago, this fall, I walked onto a college campus for the first time, the sixth of 8 children in my family to go, a Pell Grant student myself. And I have never left. I did graduate a number of times, I promise, but I've done this on purpose. For the first 10 years of my career, I worked in student development. Shout out to my student development colleagues. But for the past 25 years, I've been a faculty member and a researcher studying college students. All of your faculty members study something odd, I promise you. But I get to study you. And I get to work with campuses across the country to help them think about the best ways to support students, to use this unique resource, higher education, to the best of their ability. So I stand before you today informed by decades of research with college students, and as a parent myself, along with my husband, Chris Duncan. Where are you, baby? Oh, there you are, honey. Of 5 college graduates, 3 of whom are Billikens. My husband and I came here purposefully because we wanted to be at a Jesuit and Catholic institution. The Catholic and Jesuit faith teaches us that each of us is made uniquely. You are uniquely made. In the history of the world, the over 100 billion people who have ever lived, there has never been another you. You are it. Father Michael Himes from Boston College, who passed away last year, would use the word sacrament to describe every living thing. You are a sacrament. You are unique. You have unique strengths and gifts, and this world needs those. And so that's our starting point. Recognizing that you and every person in this room and every member of our community is a sacrament should impact our choices. My choice, your choice, our choice. So how do you face college, and what lies ahead when you're a sacrament? Well, the most powerful part about college is that this is the place where you get to come, explore new ideas, to get to know people from all over the world, to try to answer key questions about yourself and the kind of person you want to be, and to determine what you want to set your heart on. What you want to set your heart on is where you want to put your life's energies. You are here to grow more fully into yourself. And I know that there's a lot of fear and uncertainty when you start something new. But I want to urge you to face those fears in healthy ways. If the college environment is new for you and your family, I promise you we are going to work to remove hurdles so that you can engage in this exploration. As a reminder for all of us in the room, especially loved ones, I can't see you, but I know you're there. Exploration is filled with discomfort, which is not the same thing as distress, right? Stretching should not cause you pain. So if you feel distress, we have a lot of resources to help you. But when stretching is healthy, college is about expanding our notions about ourselves and the world, and that is hard work. One of the SLU students a couple of years ago gave me this metaphor and said, college is like panning for gold. Do you know this practice? You go near a gold mine at the bed of the river, and you put material in and you sift it out. Friends, that sifting can take time and strength, but it will yield you gold. If you don't find the right materials, you might have to move down the riverbed a little bit. If your major is not right, or you haven't found the right minor, that friend group is not exactly what you were hoping for, you'll have to keep exploring and adding in new material. So, loved ones, if your student calls you and they're tired of exploring, I hope you will ask them what supports they need to keep sifting, to keep searching for what they want to put their heart on and how they want to spend their energy. As a sacrament, we want you to be present. It's hard in this day and age to do that, to be present in our lives. The distractions are everywhere. Ask yourself regularly what is working for you. Reflect on what learning means for you. Avoid the easy approaches that cheat you out of that learning. Don't skip classes or read just the first and last chapters of a book. Pay close attention to how you spend your time and waste your time. I used to say to watch for those things that suck the life out of you. But the Jesuits have a much better term, not surprising. They use the word desolation. Those are moments, choices, actions, relationships that cause our heart to shrink. Those are components of your life that don't allow you to grow into yourself, to live your strengths. Consolation, the Jesuits tell us, on the other hand, are those moments, relationships, actions, choices that cause our heart to grow. Those are life-giving choices. Knowing what is life-giving and what sucks the life out of you, what feeds your sacramentality, requires reflection and healthy relationships to help us see ourselves. Our tagline, our motto is higher purpose, greater good. The higher purpose is the sacramentality of every living person. And that includes people who are dramatically different from you in gender or race, in sexual orientation or political perspectives, in abilities. The greater good is your responsibility to think through how you impact others. I've often said that the reason why I have stayed in Catholic higher education for 30 years more is because we ask you to ponder this question: how do we honor you and your sacramentality and also pay close attention to the needs of our community? How might we manage what is best for you in light of community? That means that it may be best for you to study with loud music, but it's not for your roommate. You'll need to reflect on that. You'll need to reflect on what it means to bring your whole self to a group project, because each of those members is a sacrament too. It means that you will need to actively seek to include those who are not included. To see the needs in our community, we need you to reach out. So when you recognize that the people around you are uniquely made, you must then find ways to honor both yourself and your community. We are here so that you can find your strengths and how you can contribute positively to the world. And you will do all that through all kinds of exploration. We as a community are here for you as you do the work of college. You will need each other. You will need the many staff on this campus who advise, mentor, and support. You will need your faculty. You will need your community. Please reach out. I don't think that you're going to love college every day, but my hope and prayer is that you throw yourself into this incredible place and that you love who you become in the process. I wish you Godspeed, for you are uniquely made and cherished as a member of the SLU community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schaller. As Dr. Schaller noted, St. Louis University sums up its mission and aspirations in a phrase you'll frequently see around campus: higher purpose, greater good. It means that all members of the SLU community serve a higher purpose as a Catholic Jesuit university while seeking the greater good, the best of all, the magis, or more, for the world. Today, we have invited members of the SLU community, students, faculty, and staff, who will now share with you all how they serve the higher purpose and seek the greater good.
Good morning. My name is Lucy Billadu, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I'm a sophomore this year at SLU. By engaging in intentional leadership roles across campus, I've constructed my own identity and acquired a voice that's committed to uplifting others and leading with grace. I serve for the greater good.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Hankins, assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry and special assistant in the Division of Diversity and Innovative Community Engagement. I serve a higher purpose by helping students to understand how to become more effective both in and outside the classroom. As faculty, I equip students with the tools that allow them to learn more confidently, and as an administrator, I help students to find a sense of belonging on campus. Thank you.
My name is Tim Hambe. I use he, him pronouns. I am in my fifth year serving as an admission counselor at St. Louis University. I believe the best product in the world is a SLU education. Our holistic approach to student development through rigorous curriculum, applied learning, and research produces well-prepared and highly competitive future leaders. In the Office of Admission, it is our purpose to connect prospective students to SLU. I serve for the greater good.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lane Hartman. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a senior here at SLU. In my time here, I have realized not only the ability of our community to impact one person, but also the ability that one person has to change our community. I serve for the greater good.
Good morning. My name is Doni Maroney, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. I have the pleasure of serving as the Assistant Vice President and Dean of Students. In this capacity, I collaborate with university colleagues to strengthen our systems of care and support for our students as they navigate their educational journey and are challenged to become the best version of themselves. I serve the greater good.
Good morning. My name is Caitlin Stam, and I use she, her pronouns. I have served as SLU's University Archivist since 2020. In my role at SLU, I serve a higher purpose by working with our students and faculty to engage honestly and openly with our expansive 200-year history and to support the exciting and deeply personal research of our campus community.
Hi, my name is Emma Lurcher. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm a junior here at SLU. Through my involvement with student government, working in housing and residence life, and belonging to various student organizations, I've discovered my passion for serving others. I invest myself in creating meaningful interpersonal relationships, and I work tirelessly to contribute to a strong, cohesive Billiken community. I serve for the greater good.
I am Luchun Lee, and I serve as the Associate Vice President for Global Engagement and International Enrollment. I'm honored to coordinate the services for the fast-growing international student population and students studying abroad. Together, we are emerging as a global university with our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and our international partners. We all serve for the great good. And also, as the international partners, we're creating a global, amazing global learning environment. Welcome.
Good morning. My name's Rob Boyle. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Management in the Chaifetz School of Business. I strive to create safe and challenging classroom spaces where students can discover, grow, and belong. I serve for the greater good.
Good morning. My name is Rochelle Smith, she, her pronouns, and I proudly serve as the Vice President of the Division of Diversity and Innovative Community Engagement, or DICE, lovingly. With belonging at the forefront of my work here at SLU, I believe that advocating for the spirit of comfort, connection, and celebration of community is the greatest work I can contribute to. I serve for the greater good.
Hello, my name is Howard Cooper. My pronouns are he, him, and I am currently a second-year student. By gaining experience in several leadership positions, I have become fond of volunteering my time to engage with my peers to build a community of inclusion. I serve for the greater good.
Good morning. My name is Frances Pistello. I serve as a faculty member in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, and I'm the first ever First Lady of St. Louis University. I extend the reach of the President's Office with students, faculty, and staff. My passion throughout my career is mentoring and supporting students and faculty. I love being part of the SLU community and with you this morning. I serve a higher purpose and a greater good. Welcome.
Thank you all for your inspiring words. Our next speaker today has a very special role. Our Vice President for Mission and Identity, Father David Sawalski of the Society of Jesus, will now come forward to mission our new students as they begin their lives at St. Louis University.
St. Louis University is a Catholic and Jesuit university that proudly takes inspiration from the values of the gospel, and the experience of nearly 500 years of Jesuit education. We seek to be in relationship with one another and with our local community here in St. Louis. These relationships are mutual and respectful, for we know that we have much to learn from others just as we have much to offer to others. So we are men and women for and with others. Whether in a classroom or lab or in the library or catching some downtime in a hammock, we know that we are not alone. No, we are a part of a community of faith and a community of learning that seeks to discover the face of God in the face of all whom we encounter. Believe me when I say no one here at SLU is an inconvenience, just one more folder in a file. All of us are persons who possess dreams, ideas, hopes for the future, all of us worthy of respect and of opportunity. And we fight fiercely to make this campus, this city, and our society more just, more equitable, more like the Lord desires for our world to be. The founder of the Society of Jesus, St. Ignatius Loyola, wrote, "For those who love, nothing is too difficult. My friends, strive to love one another as you are loved. Starting from love allows each one of us to live fully. Love shrinks anxiety. It empowers trust. It pushes us to take risk. And love is what brought you here, most especially the love of your family that has shaped and guided you to this day." One of the great poets of the 19th century was a Jesuit, Father Gerard Manley Hopkins. One of his greatest poems opens with this line: "The world is charged with the grandeur of God. It will flame out like shining from shook foil." This university and all who are a part of it, each one of us is charged with God's grandeur, empowered with incredible talent and intellect to seek out the world's grandeur in literature and the arts and science and in flight, in performance and in prayer. We foster curiosity here. And like St. Ignatius and the other great heroes of the Society of Jesus, we know that all that is possible here is but an invitation to go into our often broken world and to walk with others as companions on a journey. You have taken your first steps at St. Louis University, steps that will eventually bring you back to this arena in a few short years. Allow me to pose 3 questions to help guide the decisions that you will make over the next 4 years. These are inspired by Father Michael Himes, whom Dr. Schaller referenced earlier. He would ask his students these questions: Do I love it? Do I love it? Why waste your time and talent doing things where you have no passion or interest? Ask yourself, am I good at it? Am I good at it? Now, not one of us here hopes to just be satisfactory. None of us aspire to a life where we just barely manage to eke out a salary. And I bet not one of you has a participation trophy high on the mantle at home. Do I love it? Am I good at it? And finally, does the world need it? Does the world need it? Let me tell you what the world needs. It needs you. Our world needs you to be makers of change, to be lovers of good, to be challengers to the status quo, to shake things up, to find new ways of doing, to value those who've been cast aside, to seek for justice, to be generous in service, to be a great friend, a great spouse, a great parent, or shoot, even an excellent priest, for example. We've just distributed, as you were coming in, our newly revised prayer book. I'd like to invite you to turn to page 82. On that page, you will see the prayer that Mark Queese actually led us in earlier, prayer of St. Ignatius of Loyola called the Sucipe. Why don't we pray this together out loud? Take, Lord, and receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, and my entire will, all I have and call my own. You have given all to me. To you, Lord, I return it. Everything is yours. Do with it what you will. Give only your love and your grace. That is enough for me. Amen. Welcome to St. Louis University.
Thank you, Father Sawalski. It is now my privilege to introduce the president of St. Louis University. Dr. Fred Postello became the university's 33rd president in July of 2014. He is the first lay president in SLU's 205-year history. Under his leadership, the university has grown in enrollment, expanded its research profile, and set fundraising records. SLU has been recognized for its academic excellence, for dedication to its students, for its commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and for serving our neighbors and the underserved in our community. Dr. Postello continues to galvanize the university community around with a compelling vision: to be a global Jesuit university, one that is mission-focused, student and patient-centered, and research-driven, working with the people of St. Louis to reimagine, transform, and unify our city. Dr. Postello.
Good morning. Thank you. You've heard about the many joys, wonderful things about working in a university, being part of a university. And one of them is that there is a rhythm in the academy. It's not like many occupations, which are pretty much constant throughout the year. The pace of work, the nature of work changes over the course of the calendar year. In the summer, as we approach the summer, our students leave the campus to go home, take vacations, work, undertake internships. Our faculty concentrate on their research, scholarship, travel. Our staff takes a break. There's a lull. And then this week, the campus becomes alive again. For many of us, for me certainly, this is my favorite week in the academic year. We welcome back our students. Our faculty return refreshed, renewed, with new projects to the campus. We welcome new faculty. We welcome new staff to join us in the support of you and the work of the institution. This is an exciting week here, a week full of energy. And in terms of moments in this week and in the academic year, this is my favorite moment. We have literally thousands of events on this campus, thousands. I speak hundreds of times a year, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day. We love these events. We love these gatherings. This is the one I most enjoy, I most look forward to. Because today, I have the privilege of welcoming you as new members of the Billiken family. You are joining a university that was founded November 16th, 1818. This university is nearly 205 years old. We are the first university west of the Mississippi River. Along with St. Louis University High School, we are the oldest continuing organizations in the St. Louis region. We've been a part of the fabric of everything that has happened here for 205 years. And it is a very special place. As you have heard, what warms my heart as president is the consistency in the messages you've heard this morning. This is an amazing place, and you are now a part of it. Today you become a Billiken, and you will be a Billiken forever. Forever a member of this family. A Billiken, a mythical creature that makes the world the way it ought to be. I can think of no better mascot for this university with our mission than being a Billiken. Today, you become a Billiken. You become someone who will seek to make this university, this region, this world, the place it ought to be. So together, on three, collectively, for the first time, I want to hear from you, I am a Billiken. 1, 2, 3. My friends, good summer? Good to be back? Proud to be a Billiken? On 3. 1, 2, 3. That's how we roll. Let's try this again. I said, as of today, you are Billikens. You are part of this community. With a 205-year history, you will forever be a part of our biography. You will join with us in making the world more the way it ought to be. So on 3. 1, 2, 3. Better, thank you. I want to spend a few minutes telling you about this very special place that you have now joined. This university, this Catholic, Jesuit, international, urban research university. We are Catholic, as you have heard. We are part of this 2,000-year faith tradition, one grounded in love. Love of God, love of each other. The belief that we are all, each and every one of us, created in the image and likeness of God. You said yes to us. We said yes to you. We are here together. We believe each and every one of you should be here, should thrive here, should be valued and treasured here, and we should all treat each other accordingly. This summer, Provost Lewis and his spouse, Heather, and my spouse, Fran, traveled to Rome, and we met in various offices of the Vatican and at various dicasteries to have conversations from everything about the climate to human life, concerns of the church, concerns at the center of this university. How do we work together to make this world more the place it ought to be? We are grounded in this faith. We are not a church. We welcome and support people of all faiths and no faiths, although we will certainly be happy to share more about the Catholic faith with you. We are Catholic and we are Jesuit. Society of Jesus was founded in 1540. There are 4 universal apostolic preferences that the Society agreed to in 2019 to focus on for 10 years. First is to show the path for God. Second is to walk with those who are on the margins. The third is to journey with youth. And the fourth is to focus on our common home climate. We take those seriously at this institution. When we were in Rome, the 4 of us also had the privilege of having lunch and spending some time with Father General Arturo Sosa, the head of the Jesuit order, to talk about those preferences and St. Louis University's work toward advancing those preferences. We are blessed to have a number of Jesuits on our campus, including Jesuit scholastics, dozens of them. We have one of the largest and youngest Jesuit communities in higher education in the country, and we are proud of that. I encourage you in your time here to get to know some of our Jesuits. You will be better for it. You're going to hear about mission, and many of you are entering with a shallow understanding of that. That understanding will grow over your time here at this institution. The Catholic Jesuit nature is the core. That's where our values come from. That's where our mission comes from. That's where the vision you heard comes from. We have a rudder that guides us and we follow. We are Catholic Jesuit. We are international. We're international in a number of ways. You probably heard, I hope by now, that we have a campus in Madrid, in Spain. Go ahead, applaud the Madrid campus. It is not a study abroad program. It is a full degree granting campus. And our challenge there is how fast it's growing. Many of our students will spend a semester or more there. You can go to start in Madrid, spend all 4 years there. There's a group of students that are permanent. Many are students that go for a term or a year and can continue progress to your degree. I have yet to meet a student or an alum that has not found that a life-changing experience. I encourage you to consider it. We're international in terms of the composition of our student body. This week, we welcomed our new class of international students, what we call our global grad students. Approximately 1,500 students from outside this country, master's level students. Take advantage of the opportunity to know your global peers. Take advantage of the opportunities to study abroad. We're Catholic Jesuit International. We are urban. We are sitting right here in Midtown, St. Louis. There are many wonderful things happening in this city right now, and St. Louis University is a part of them. The Midtown region is thriving thanks to our partnership with many organizations. We sit right next to Cortex, an innovation district that is the envy of many cities who come here to study it and its success. You'll have the opportunity to participate in the arts. We are right next to an area called Grand Center, where we have the Symphony, a magnificent jazz venue, the Fox Theater, the Sheldon, and more. Because we are a major city, the visual and performing arts thrive here. You can participate. Sports, the Cardinals, the Blues, St. Louis City SC, our new professional soccer team, and of course, Billikens Athletics. We have all the wonderful things that a major city would have. And we also have all the challenges. I don't need to tell you that major urban centers in this country are facing some very serious challenges right now, some very serious social problems. And here you'll have the opportunity to partner with our faculty and staff and your fellow students in getting engaged in those problems. From feeding the homeless, to providing tax support to those who have difficulty working through that, to providing free medical care to those in need. There will be any number of opportunities for you to get engaged in service, for you to get engaged in making St. Louis more the city it ought to be. This is an exciting place, and you are now a part of it. We are Catholic, we are Jesuit, we are international, urban, we are residential. It's a residential campus. You will have advantages to get into things that others on a commuter campus would not. The range of clubs, activities, are enormous. We encourage you to get engaged. It is important that you get engaged and get engaged early. The support staff here is extraordinary in terms of their number, their diversity, their commitment to serving you. As a residential university, you will have opportunities to grow and thrive that you would not otherwise have at a commuter school, whether you're a commuter student or a residential student, because of our investment in those professionals who are passionate about your development. Catholic Jesuit International Urban Residential Research. We are the fastest growing research university in the country, of research universities doing over $30 million research in terms of percentage of research growth. We have been the beneficiary of donors who have invested in stimulating that research growth, enormous amounts of money, and we are taking advantage of it. You have a chance to get involved in that research, to partnering with our faculty who are working at the cutting edge of the fields of their disciplines to advance knowledge, to apply knowledge. It is exciting to be at a place that is as research active as this university is at this time. And we are a university. You've heard how much we all care for what this organization is. At its heart, a university is a place where knowledge is produced, advanced, transmitted. That's what we do. We are grappling with the most urgent and important questions that humankind has at this time. And regardless of where your interest is, there are faculty here who will help you advance in your knowledge in those areas. A university is at its heart a community of scholars, people who have dedicated their lives to studying particular fields, mastering the theories and the methods to advance knowledge, to answer those critical questions. They are passionate about that pursuit. They are also passionate about transmitting that knowledge to you. And for the many reasons you are here, and the many ways we want to see you grow, that is number one. You are here to acquire an education, a Catholic Jesuit education, a value-centered education. But you are here to be educated to prepare you for life and work beyond SLU. 3 years, 9 months from now, almost to the day, I will be on a stage right over there, and you will be seated on this floor. What's going to happen in these 3 years, 9 months? This is a resource-rich organization that wants to help transform you. But how much you will walk off this floor with in 3 years and 9 months depends on how much you put into it. It's been a long time since I sat where you were. I've got to talk to many alums from the organizations from which I've worked, many other people. I'll tell you some things I have never heard anyone say. I wish I cut more classes. Never heard anybody say that. I wish I didn't know as much about X. I wish I hadn't taken a class in Y. I'll tell you what I hear all the time. I wish I would have taken college more seriously. I wish I would have taken additional courses in this or that. I wish I would have studied harder. And I hear that particularly around the disciplines at the core of what we do. Humanities. I often hear, I wish I would have studied more history. I'm going to study more history when I retire. Wish I'd have paid more attention in philosophy, theology. The disciplines around the big questions that become increasingly important over life. So how are you going to spend your time? Where are you going to invest? Are you going to get to know the faculty and staff of this organization? We want you to have fun. This is a great period in your lives. And we want you to grow and thrive in many ways. But you're here first and foremost to get an education. And we can't do that for you. We're here to partner with you. We're here to engage with you. But you have to take it upon yourself. You have to take the initiative to engage with us. This faculty, this staff that has spent so many years mastering their areas, dying to share it, to engage you. What we do here, because of the scale on which we do it, it's expensive. People are sacrificing so that you could be here. The university offers scholarships, we call discount, money we forgo because we want you here. Our various generous donors have built up our endowment so that we can apply funded aid to have you here. University is sacrificing. Our donors are sacrificing. Your parents, loved ones, grandparents are sacrificing so that you can be here. How are you going to use this time? You are so fortunate. There are millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people who would trade places for you. You'll have the next 3 years and 9 months to focus on yourself and your development, free of the responsibilities of family and career. This is a time to grow and thrive in this magnificent place. So think about that when you're making decisions and choices over the next days and weeks to come. We are thrilled to have each and every one of you here. We want each and every one of you to develop as much as possible between today and commencement so that you are superbly prepared to deal with everything that will come after you walk out of this arena in May of 2027. You are Billikens now. You will be Billikens forever. And now together, on 3, let's affirm that. 1, 2, 3. Yes, you are. Welcome to St. Louis University.
Thank you, Dr. Postello. We are truly pleased to have all of you with us today, and we thank you for choosing St. Louis University. Before we conclude, I would like to ask you to join me in showing our appreciation for the many wonderful student leaders, faculty, and staff who assisted with move-in and fall welcome. Let's give a cheer for resident advisors, learning community peer mentors, Oriflamme leaders, transfer mentors, international ambassadors, commuter assistants, housing and residence life staff, student involvement center staff, facilities and custodial staff, dining staff, event services staff, and all the countless other faculty and staff who have volunteered for move-in. As a reminder, there are many fall welcome activities planned for today and for the next several days. Please visit SLU's website or the SLU app for more information. As we conclude the Convocation program, our deans, vice presidents, and faculty will remain on the arena floor. Also, President Postello would be delighted to greet our new students and their families and take selfies. We invite you to come down and join us. I'm serious. Come down on the floor and say hello. Thank you and welcome to St. Louis University.
It might seem